The government's decided to scrap a controversial part of the Copyright Act before it becomes law. If passed, it would have required internet providers to cut off customers whenever there was an allegation they'd breached copyright, most likely by illegally downloading music or movies. As Tova O'Brien reports, opponents to the legislation are celebrating.
The government's given respite to the artists and musicians who pled their cases, the protesters who took to Parliament, and the thousands of others who blacked out their websites and internet avatars in opposition to the bill.
Cabinet has decided that Section 92A is not going to come into force as originally written. We've now asked the Minister of Commerce to start work on a replacement section.
It's not only the creative industries celebrating the repeal. Internet service providers are also thrilled with today's announcement.
I'm elated. I think it's a fantastic decision. I think, again, they've demonstrated a great level of pragmatism. Now we can get to work on doing it properly rather than trying to put a band-aid on top of a band-aid.
And although Prime Minister John Key acknowledged there's a definite need for tougher copyright infringement laws, he says the original legislation was fundamentally flawed.
It calls for internet providers to cut off the internet of anyone accused of infringing copyright. There is no court process, no due process involved in investigating claims.
It remains to be seen what changes will be made to the revised bill, but as well as suggestions of a separate copyright tribunal, there are also calls for legal alternatives to illicit downloading services. Minister of Commerce Simon Power couldn't say when the new version of Section 92A would be completed, only that officials would begin work immediately. Tova O'Brien, 3 News.